Namaste, Jai Bharat. Trump's American tariff to Bharat is a recent phenomenon, but the American oppression to Bharat's development and their attempts to arrest any kind of growth of Bharat had not started yesterday. It had started long back. They do not want America and somebody else or whosoever is involved. Or there are peoples or there are interest groups in the world who do not want Bharat to grow, develop. They always want Bharat to be a listener, not a proactor. This had been the case for a long time. After destroying the richest nation in the world and the richest culture in the world and the richest religion in the world that attempted, which could not be done. The culture also they could not do, but economically they have impoverished us. Not just one, a group. That's what I said, interest group or interest group. They have done it. But then these very interest groups, in which obviously America must be there, I have no evidences that that's one thing, but then this is common sense logic. They had been at their best, trying their best to arrest developments and growth and destabilize the independence of Bharat through creating lot of narratives, lot of inside differences through fake stories. They are so enthusiastic to talk about the caste differences among the Hindus, whereas the Hindus have caste and the caste had vanished to a great extent through the tremendous works of Swatantara Veer Savarkar himself and Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati and such great spiritual leaders. Swatantara Veer Savarkar is not a spiritual leader, but is a political leader. Let's say hardcore Bharatiya. So many such people, many Maharshis, they worked against this problem or disease of caste readiness. But the caste could have vanished long back should the others, the non-Hindus, were not so enthusiastic in maintaining it. As a matter of fact, given the fact that the Hindu castes among Hindus, we don't have different temples for different castes. The rigidity is much less when you compare with both Islam and Christianity and their sect differences. The name sect is more hard and more differentiating than caste. Just see it, you will understand it for yourself if you are honest to yourself. So that kind of efforts were going on. And whenever we were trying to make progress, whenever any leader was trying to make Bharat more united and strong, those persons were eliminated. I would list the name of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee first, a hardcore nationalist related to the Sangha. He was mysteriously taken into custody in Jammu and Kashmir, and he is later reported as dead in hospital. No inquiry, no news, nothing was told to the fellow citizens of this nation. Then so many names. Then many scientists. You take the names starting from Homi Bhabha, nuclear scientist. How he died at the age of 56. Just imagine. At the age of 56, was mysteriously killed. Dead, they say, killed. No news, no inquiry, nothing. Who is behind? Nobody says anything. Though people say things, but nothing official. Then there are so many other scientists. MP Iyer, nuclear scientist. Umar Rao, nuclear scientist. Ellen Mahalingam, nuclear scientist. In 2018, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee was made dead in 1953. Then so many scientists. This apart, the nationalist political leaders were systematically killed. Even if they are not hardcore nationalists, but some of the political leaders, like Indira Gandhi, wanted a strong Bharat because she wanted to be a strong leader to the world, in the world. See, her reason is that she wanted to be a strong leader among the other world nations, and I am very sure it's not just because of her love towards Bharatiyatva or Hindutva or Indian nationalism or Bharatiya nationalism, but that whatever may be her objective, she did try to make the nation strong. In many aspects, she did. And she was killed. Who killed her? All the blame goes to the Khalistanis. I don't think the so-called Khalistanis, they name him, but then they are our Sikh. They are our military leaders. That's why we call them Sardars. They wouldn't do such things. But then it's easy for these external agencies to make them do it. That's what had been happening, making people do it. Indira Gandhi's assassination was one such thing. These people are made to kill her. Indira Gandhi's case is that. Nobody wanted a strong leader like her. Then her own dynasty, this Sanjay Gandhi. Sanjay Gandhi, personal lot of drawbacks, not a real nationalist in the real term, but then in effect, he was strengthening Bharat because she was putting the thoughts of Mrs. Gandhi into action, and very ruthlessly, absolutely ruthlessly. So his plane crash, that is Cessna, if I am not wrong, that time I was on the radar. This thing happened, but not, that flying club is not in our surveillance area, but adjacent. The news comes, just crashing for reportedly lack of fuel. Unbelievable. Then of course his brother Rajiv Gandhi, the LTT is supposed to have killed Rajiv Gandhi, but there must have been people behind, or there are people behind him, who made the liberation tigers of Tamil EM to kill him through suicide bomb bustings. They were made to do it by this pressure group outside external. Then if you go back in time, there was a minister, Lalit Narayan Mishra, revenue minister. He was mysteriously, he died in a bomb blast, I suppose. Something like a bomb blast. Homi Bhabha, I told you, then the most pious Prime Minister of Bharat, Lal Bahadur Shastri, immediately after the war with Pakistan, had gone to Tashkent for signing agreement, whatever. He died in mysterious circumstances. This must have been facilitated by, again, the that time existing pressure group, and many members of the pressure group must have came out of it subsequently. But then at that time they were together with one and the same objective. And Same month, Homi Bhabha's aircraft crashes in Alps. Not a coincidence. A true son of the Bharat can't just believe it. We don't know, but we have our doubts. Then, of all people in the world, Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose. How he went missing, how an air crash, where he had gone missing, we don't know. So this process of destabilizing Bharat, initiated by the so-called pressure groups or interest groups, whatever you call them, had been right from the beginning, right from the time Bharat got independence from the colonial British rulers who had just polluted us. It was there. They have already looted us, drained us of our resources plus economy. And when we are stepping forward like a child, falling, stumbling, again getting up, from that time onwards, they continue to destabilize. They dreamt of breaking Bharat into so many parts, so many small fractions. And the talk by none other than Wilfred Scaven Blunt in British Parliament is very clearly stated in the history. It says Bharat is not one country. What keeps Bharat together is the culture of Bharat, which they can't understand, because they don't have such things. They have never experienced anything like that. They can't understand. And Subhash Bose. These things had been going on right from then. Then they changed their dress. The attire changes. Modus operandi changes. Sometimes it is so-called deep state, sometimes it is some intelligence agency, sometimes one intelligence agency plus another intelligence agency, etc., etc. The process had been continuously going on until for last 10 years their efforts are intensified and going on. But our consciousness about such destruction has also increased in last 10 years. So to some extent we were able to resist. To some extent we were able to resist, and to some small extent we were also able to react, and at times very rarely proact. So this is nothing new. They don't want us to stand up on our feet. It's nothing new. Let's be conscious about it. Sugar-coated poisons, be aware of. Innocent theories. One example is feminism, I would say, can be twisted and utilized to create divisiveness among the citizens of our nation. Just one example, 100 examples are there. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.